Patrol agents releasing hundreds of illegal migrants onto the streets of Southern California.
Most told us they're here to work.
What if I told you there are areas in California with crime rates so bad that profitable businesses have to start shutting shop? Yes, in today's video, we will talk about California's top 10 no-go zones that seem to be getting worse by the year. Stay till the end to find out why In-N-Out Burger is permanently closing one of its most profitable locations for the first time in 75 years, marking a turn in California's history. Number 10. San Francisco. San Francisco's reputation for safety seems tarnished. While walking downtown likely won't end in murder, crime in this sunny city is still a concern. This city ranks 10th most dangerous in California, with a 1 in 18 chance of experiencing crime. The odds of robbery being solved are slim, at 1 in 10. The report highlights particularly dangerous areas like the Tenderloin District. This central neighborhood is known for its struggles with poverty and addiction. But throughout the city, crime has risen in residential areas, with burglary rates spiking by a worrying 44% in Emeryville, 19% in Ingleside, and 6.2% in the Richmond district. Even outside these zones, trouble can arise. Catalytic converter thefts are on the rise, with some victims even getting shot when trying to intervene. Car thefts are rampant, with museums reporting record numbers of stolen vehicles. Smash and grab window thefts are common, with thieves targeting anything they can sell, from purses to your old Duran CD. Residents report feeling unsafe, with some even claiming police don't respond to car thefts. The report concludes that car break-ins should be expected, with a staggering number of residents simply planning for it to happen. This paints a concerning picture of a city with a declining sense of security. Number 9. Barstow. Barstow, often seen as a quick pit stop on the road trip between Los Angeles and Vegas, might surprise you. While it boasts gas stations and fast food, the reality for residents seems far grittier. Statistics paint a concerning picture. Barstow's crime rate, at 35 per thousand residents, ranks among the highest in the nation. This translates to a troubling 1 in 29 chance of experiencing a violent or property crime. Last year alone, the city reported a staggering 278 violent crimes and 594 property crimes. These numbers highlight a significant risk for residents. The report suggests a pervasive presence of drug users and transients who may resort to theft for survival. This creates a constant sense of unease and raises concerns about public safety. If crime rates are soaring and your life and property aren't secure, what is the government doing? What has the U.S. turned into? Number 8. Richmond. Richmond, just north of Berkeley, is a rundown area with abandoned homes and graffiti. High-speed chases and helicopters buzzing overhead are pretty common in this area. Crime got so bad here once that the city council had to declare a state of emergency back in 2007. In 2023, property crime went up by 9% compared to the year before, mainly because of a whopping 68% increase in auto thefts. Kia and Hyundai cars are the ones getting stolen the most in Richmond. In 2023, a total of 848 Kia and Hyundai cars were reported stolen, compared to just 110 in 2022. Apart from handing out cash to criminals, Richmond splurges $2 million each year to feed and house homeless folks and another $2 million to help teenagers find jobs. Richmond also moved some police funding to mental health experts to counsel criminals, but they made it clear in their meetings that they weren't defunding the police. Number 7. Little Signal Hill. Little Signal Hill ranks 4th in the state for robberies, with residents facing a 1 in 17 chance of being robbed each year. In February 2024, Signal Hill saw 11 crimes, the same as the previous month, and slightly up from 10 crimes in February the year before. Before deciding to move, it's good to ask yourself, is Signal Hill still a safe place to live? While the answer isn't always simple because some areas are safer than others, it's helpful to get a sense of the overall crime rate. Overall, the crime rate in Signal Hill is 197% higher than the national average. On average, Signal Hill experiences about 11.6 crimes per month, totaling 139 crimes as of February 2024. So, the question many people might be asking is straightforward. Are law enforcement officers neglecting their duties? If the law promises the right to safety, is the government breaking this promise? Number 6. Red Bluff. Red Bluff is a small town where around 13,000 people live. It's located just off the 5 freeway south of Reading. Here, residents have a 1 in 16 chance of being robbed. It's also the 14th most violent place in the whole state per person, with the 3rd highest number of rape cases too. And here's a shocker. In California, if you steal less than $1,000 from a store, the police can't do anything about it anymore. So what do you think happens? Theft from stores has actually increased. With a crime rate of 64 per 1,000 residents, Red Bluff has one of the highest crime rates in America compared to all communities, big and small. But can you imagine nobody talking about these basic American issues? The media is all hyped up about trivial stuff, and election campaigns are filled with attacks against each other. But nobody seems to be thinking about the average person. Number 5. Commerce. Once again, many people in California aren't even sure where Commerce is. It's in Southeast LA, kinda near East LA. If you stayed here for a year, you'd have a 1 in 6 chance of getting robbed. And it's not just for bus fare, because the buses in Commerce are free. Plus, there's a casino here. With a crime rate of 154 per 1,000 residents, Commerce has one of the highest crime rates in America, compared to all communities, big and small. Gangs are a real issue here. Yes, there are still folks involved in gang activity, even though that was so 90s. There's a Hispanic gang called Choppers 12 that makes life really tough for folks in town. Also, in terms of crime numbers, there were 183 violent crimes, 1,637 property crimes, and a total of 1,820 crimes reported in Commerce last year. Number 4, San Bernardino. It's a city with a lot going on, but unfortunately, crime is a big part of it. With a violent crime rate of 1,319 per 100,000 residents and a property crime rate of around 4,492 per 100,000 residents. Living here can be tough. In fact, the overall crime rate in San Bernardino is 67% higher than the national average. These high crime rates affect daily life for the people here. Gang wars are a real problem, with groups like the Eastside 13 and Westside Verdugo constantly fighting for control. Innocent bystanders often get caught in the crossfire, making it dangerous just to be in certain neighborhoods. For families trying to raise their kids here, it's a constant worry. They have to watch their backs just walking down the street, and many kids grow up thinking that joining a gang is their only option for protection. It's a sad reality for a city that has so much potential. Number 3, Stockton. Stockton used to be known for its bustling port and vibrant downtown area. However, in recent years, it's gained a reputation for something else entirely: crime. With an annual total of 13,194 crimes reported, including 3,794 violent crimes and 9,400 property crimes, Stockton has become a no-go zone for many. Gang activity is rampant, with groups like the Norteños and Sureños fighting for control of the streets. Shootings and robberies are all too common, and innocent people often get caught in the crossfire. Events in the last decade have only reinforced Stockton's reputation as a dangerous place to live. The city declared bankruptcy in 2012, leading to cuts in essential services like law enforcement. In 2014, it was named the 2nd most dangerous city in America by Forbes magazine. And in 2019, Stockton made headlines for being the first city in the country to experiment with a universal basic income program. For residents trying to make a living here, it's a constant struggle. Many businesses have closed down due to the high crime rates, leaving behind empty storefronts and abandoned buildings. Families live in fear of violence, and children grow up knowing that they have to be careful just to survive. It's a sad state of affairs for a city that was once a thriving hub of industry and commerce. Number 2, Emeryville. Emeryville, a small town with over 11,000 residents, sits snugly between Berkeley and Oakland. Can you imagine the challenges of being caught between these two cities? Parts of Emeryville are chaotic, with reports of disturbing incidents like dead bodies found under bridges and robberies happening in broad daylight. Homeless individuals resort to violence, with some even targeting each other. Statistically, Emeryville ranks as the 4th most violent place in the state, and it holds the unfortunate distinction of being first in robberies. Living here means facing a 1 in 78 chance of experiencing violence and a 1 in 4 chance of being robbed. This highlights how the media often focuses on larger cities while overlooking the significant problems faced by smaller communities like Emeryville. Number 1. Oakland. And where's the most dangerous place in California? It's probably no shocker that it's Oakland. This city has been struggling for years, and even efforts to improve it haven't made much of a difference. Rising crime rates are threatening to turn Oakland into a ghost town. While violent crime and other serious offenses decreased in 2023 across America's largest cities, they went up in Oakland. Robberies alone increased by 38% last year, according to police records. Burglaries also saw a 23% rise, while motor vehicle theft skyrocketed by 44%. In fact, approximately 1 out of every 30 Oakland residents had their car stolen last year. In and Out is closing one of its restaurants permanently for the first time. The Oakland location will soon shut down due to a string of car break-ins, property damage, theft, and armed robberies targeting both employees and customers. The location at 8300 Oakport Street near the Oakland International Airport has been particularly affected. Since 2019, police have recorded 1,335 incidents at this address, making it the most crime-ridden spot in Oakland. The majority of these incidents have been auto burglaries, with some days witnessing multiple break-ins. This decision marks the first time in the company's 75-year history that it had to shut down a restaurant. The severity of the crimes has escalated to the point where customers and staff have faced armed robberies, significantly compromising their safety. Similarly, Denny's is closing its sole Oakland location after over 54 years, citing worries about public safety. With these closures happening in a major city like Oakland, it begs the question, will anyone take action to address the rising crime rates? What are your thoughts on this issue? Feel free to share in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and watch our previous video on the migrant crisis in France.